Hey guys, so third prototype. Um, just want to show the major changes here. There's some other minor stuff that you can't see like under the PCB and stuff, but the major changes are here on the side with the rail and the, the thumb side module. I'm going to actually start by reminding you of what the second prototype looked like. This is the second prototype wrist pad and side module here. So let's look on the bottom here. You can see that this rail was directly joined to the wrist pad and offset by like, I think that's about 10 millimeters. So from this edge to the beginning, it's like 10 millimeters. What that meant was that this whole rail and this whole assembly, put that down, was like, it felt like it was like forcing my hand this way, or like really like it. I had to like really open my thumb. It felt unnatural, and there were some issues here with this thumb button being way too close to the stick opening. So let's just flip this over. Oh, I did some feet as well. So that's in TPU, which is a flexible filament. That's pretty cool. So this is it looks minor, but it makes a huge difference in feel. The rail is offset by like 6 millimeters, 5-6 millimeters, and brought forward. This results in this angle feeling much more natural. Watch the crook of my thumb here. This feels just much more natural here. Previously, on the second prototype, I had to have my thumb, I had to have it way over here and out like this to use this thing. So this feels way more natural. Also, the angle of the rail, it was out here. It's now brought in more, and the plane of the stick mount has been flattened. It was much more this way, and I flattened it out a little bit. I can't really do it more because then the back will hit here, but I don't think it needs it. This is way more comfortable now. And then the thumb button was directly underneath. You can see how that was. I think I was a bit too aggressive in relocating this thumb piece. I think it needs to be rotated a little bit more like this and brought in just a little bit, but still, this is a dramatic improvement over the previous model. And with the feet and with the thickening of the rail and the mount, the issues with the first prototype and trying to push in the thumbstick that's completely resolved. So to me, this feels pretty good. I'm at the point with this where I want to get a tester or two and send them devices, and then after I get their feedback, likely we'll have a final version. So prototype 3 is what I'll be sending testers. I'll adjust this thumb button in just a little bit. So will be prototype 4, whatever. And what else was there? I'm trying to remember. If I can, you see how close the rail is to the corner here, and more importantly, you see how close this mount, the back of this mount is to the wrist pad, and there's a little bit of room for me to bring this angle in a little bit more, maybe like 2 degrees, and maybe flatten this again 1 or 2 degrees, and that will likely, we'll call that prototype 4, and that's what I'll send to testers. So I need to find some people who want one of these. I've got one guy in email who wanted a Weaver mod who seems interested, so I'll see if he wants one. And what I'll do, I think what I've been thinking about this. What I'll do for the first tester, the first 2 testers, is I'll just charge for parts and materials. So I need to sit down and go through everything that went into this and find out, write down, do the math, figure out exactly what it cost me to make this just in parts, not labor. And the first tester or 2 that's what I'll charge them. I can't afford personally to just send out 3 or 4 of these, 1 or 2 of these for free. So I got to find people who want something like this and are willing to kind of work with me a little bit. But once I get a tester or 2 and I get their feedback and I get that feedback implemented, if it's good feedback, then we'll have a final version. And what happens after that with this thing we'll have to wait and see. I'll have to see what kind of interest I get. This might just be relegated to me making this for myself and a few other people. Or if I get some interest, I might do a Kickstarter and get some more printers and hire some help. I have no idea how this is going to play out yet. If this currently stays with the amount of interest that I've got, I'm going to guess I'll end up making between 10 and 20 of these total on a really custom one-off basis. So we'll just see. Coding, there's been some questions around coding the wrist pad. I'm not going to do that for the test units. I want to see what my testers say about how this feels. I don't have any grip issues. The way the printer puts these layers down, it creates these little this stair step surface, so it's not tacky obviously, but it is textured, so it's not slippery at all. But I'm curious about comfort long term. I used this on Friday when I gamed. I have a regular gaming night on Friday. I used this and I found it to be very usable and very comfortable. I normally just use this cherry brown keyboard, but this was actually really quite a good experience. So I'm curious what some other people say when they get their hands on it, and we'll see. I've been rambling unscripted for almost 9 minutes, so I'm going to call it here. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in being a tester, let me know. And yeah, we'll see where this goes. I'm excited. Thanks.